Welcome everyone to the finale of the Sword of Hearthstone series I'm running, where so far I've been kind of preparing to get up to this one point, which is to play the journey for Ungoro in all its glory. And, as you can see, saved up a lot of card packs, so I'm going to open them right now, and then going to play a bunch of games and see what kind of decks I can create from all this good stuff. I try and not take too long getting through it all, because, it kind of sucks when people do take just utterly forever looking at all the cards. I mean, it might not, you might enjoy that for some people, but for those who don't, I'm not going to take a super long time getting through this all, because you want to see the good stuff just when you actually play the game, and also you can just pause the video and read this stuff, or read it on the wiki. Yeah, so this soul seems pretty good, especially him. Love him. Just that value in those Murlocs. Is that a different kind of explosion? Does that mean that you're gonna get more rare cards from that? I guess not. His face looks like he was just found in the shower doing something really embarrassing, like singing a terrible song. Ah, I love the art in this game. Yeah, so for this grand finale, I was thinking of maybe doing a hunter deck, because hunters usually involve a lot of beasts, and Journey to Ungoro is filled with beasts, and also elementals. So maybe beast elemental deck wouldn't work. That'd be just too many cards you have to try and shove in. Oh, that sounds fun. Adapt all your minions. If you don't know what adapt actually does yet, it allows you to choose something, like you can make the minions now be poisoned, like my Exna, or have a divine shield, or be immune to spells hitting it. And that would make it that if you fill the board up with even just 1/1s, then you could just adapt everything. That seems so fun. But I'm not sure if I could actually get that going too well, because everything I play tends to die quite a lot because of area effect spells. Oh, so this is quite interesting. There's another card like this humongous razor leaf, which is the ancient statue, and it also has really good stats but can't attack. Thing is, you can actually get around that just by silencing it, which is kind of fun. You can basically tell the statue or the minion to shut up and stop following its original orders, and then it just listens to you. Oh, that is a good card. Transform your minions into 2/2 minions. Recover mana when they die. So even if they kill the entire board with a flame strike, like any mage does, you'd still get all your mana back. Oh, another epic. I'm getting quite lucky this time. I'm happy about that. Oh, I thought that was just about Molochs, but that's really good. Give your minions Death Rattle, turn this to your hands. You can just play it over and over and over again. It's like the Rogue's head crack, except head crap. Imagine that was an actual card. Just like, you poop in your face, or something like that. Seems to be getting quite a lot of these as well. Seems kind of situational. Then again, it is just good stats for the actual card. Yeah, if you're wondering how I actually got that many cards, I got it by it's always the golden ones. They're always common. Still happy about that though. I mean, animation looks damn cool. Yeah, so if you're wondering how I got this many card packs, that is, first thing that happened was I logged on to... Oh, another one. Nice. I logged on to the Journey to Ungoro when it's out, obviously, so I got 3 free ones. And then, also, to prepare for it, I saved up just a lot of gold, and then, even though I've taken forever to actually do this, which this video I've planned for a while, that means I had more time to grind, and that's how I eventually got 15 card packs. By the way, this is all got them for free. I actually haven't paid a cent for this, which is I'm really happy with. My luck, just wow. Okay, that actually doesn't seem that good because yes, it affects your enemy, but this also affects you. And from what I've experienced with the I forget the name, but there's a certain goblin that also makes your minions to everyone's minions to cost 2 more, and it's affected me worse every time that it's affected my opponent. Damn crabs, man! I have crabs for days at this point. And here's the last pack. No epic, no legendaries, but I'm quite okay with that because this is quite a lot of dust I'm going to get from the from the duplicates, especially yeah, especially the epic cards. Oh, apparently I actually don't have more crabs. Oh well. And also, as you can see, I have tons and tons of dust as well. How I got that was I had a few of the cards that they yeah, I had a few of the cards that were nerfed, so they gave you the full amount of dust for it. And didn't disenchant them from my deck either, so I actually still have those cards. Like, for example, Sylvanas, she wasn't really nerfed, but she's been moved from standard to wild, so she's not in the current set. So if you want to play without the really horrible overpowered stuff like Dr. Boom and Wild, you can't have Sylvanas anymore. Alright, so time to create a deck. I'm just thinking, create a new deck or modify an old one. I'll create a new one, why not? I don't really care for this one that much, so down it goes. Let's get all the way to the bottom, create new deck. I think I will just go with Hunter and try and figure out a good way to include heaps of beasts. Now the question is, do I want it wild, or do I want it standard? You know what? I think I'll go with standard for now, because all the new ungoro stuff will be included in there, and as well as that, I don't have to deal with really overpowered stuff like Dr. Boom. So, 2 birds, why not? That'll be quite good. Adding random beasts to the hand. 1 of these. 2 of these, of course, since I found with Hunter you don't have that much stuff to reduce enemy minions to like 1 health and that kind of stuff to just kill them instantly. This card I really like, just early game summon 2 minions. Explosive Trap is one of my favorites, just so many times the enemies like attacked with heaps of stuff that was really strong but at 2 health and it all just blows up in front of their face. This card I also really like. I always seem to get quite lucky with it and just get the right animal companion, like I can summon 1 out of 3. You'll probably eventually see them all in the course of the game. Oop, wrong card. Didn't want to select that. Wanted this. That seems quite fun. I'm actually not going to include this because it's, actually, no, I'll include 1, but I won't include 2 because it's so much mana that I usually don't end up actually using it that well. So I'm just going to include some other things that, draw me more cards, just like, I think a few regular cards. Like him. Always love those Acolytes of Pain. And really should also include some really big minions, like stuff from the end. Oh, yeah, like this one. And this one. Yeah, this card I really love. You adapt it twice, so what you can sometimes get is, for instance, like, not targetable by enemy spell powers, and then also poison. So it just sits, or stealth and poison. That's really good. Then it basically sits there until until you can just use it on the enemy and just, well, kill one of their minions instantly, unless they also have Divine Shield. But I actually haven't really had that happen so far. I'm also deciding, like, what legendary do I want to stick in this deck? Because, I would like some legendary, but I'm just thinking, like, what would be beast-themed? Why not Hogger? I mean, okay, maybe he's not a beast, but I could just think of it as I have him and a bunch of these Gnoll mercenaries working for me. And a Kodo to top it off. I realized I really actually need some more taunts. I mean, Hogger and one of these guys, which they basically are an instant taunt because nearly everything in this deck is a beast. That's good, but I need another one, so I need some kind of other taunt. Otherwise, I'm just gonna die instantly. I mean, this deck already has no healing, which I may need to change as well. But I just get kind of sick. I just get kind of sick sometimes of just putting those Earthen Ring healers, these 3/3s which heal for 3 in every single deck, because yeah, doing something over and over just tends to get boring. If this turns out a bit boring or something, I'll probably just go and make a wild deck and play that. I mean, with that, I could probably just shove in heaps and heaps of beasts and all kinds of stuff. Like, pretty sure there's a... Oh, why didn't I do that? I forgot about the beast. It is a beast. Yeah, the beast is a giant clown that makes a little gnome fall out when he dies. Basically, it's meant to represent he tried to eat the gnome, but it hasn't digested him just yet. Bad thing is your opponent gets the gnome, though. So, like, if let's say they immediately fireball it the first chance they get, they could get that gnome pretty quickly.
Watch your back.
Let the hunt begin.
This is quite a good opening starting hand. I'm getting rid of the buzzard, though, because even though that is kind of good card draw, it's not gonna come into play until later because start off with a lot less mana. Turn 1, end the turn. So many times, but I'm okay with that. Because sometimes you just have nothing to play. Oh, this one. I might lose this match. Nearly every single rogue I've came across is playing that card. It makes it so that when they complete their quest, which is as you can see, play 4 minions of the same name, which they could just make the minion go back in their hand, play it again, and make it go back in their hand, play it again over and over. Once they finish doing that, every single one of their minions becomes a 5 attack, 5 health, which 5/5 for short, which tends to screw me over a lot because I don't have the stuff to deal with it all the time. So hopefully I can just fill up the board so much I kill them before they get to that. Because they don't seem to have a minion they've played on turn 1 at all, they've just equipped the daggers. So, oh, maybe that's how they plan to do it. Just, oh, no, it's the regular way, just using guys like him where they put it back in their deck. Yeah, I actually don't enjoy this card that much. I don't think I'm going to get myself because, as you can see, they're just filling up their quest, and I have nothing. Okay, they're going to complete it already. I have nothing I can do to actually combat this. It's kind of frustrating actually because like, this is their turn, so they get to just do everything, and the only way I could have really stopped this from happening. In fact, I know it may be considered sore loser or whatever, but screw it. I'm just gonna lose this. I'm not gonna have fun with it, so I'll just concede. Yeah, so as I was saying, it's on their turn, so the only way I could have stopped that is playing Snipe, which I don't want to put in every single deck, and I also don't like usually countering other decks. What I mean by that is, sure, it's great if my deck counters another deck by accident. Like, for example, I once made a deck all about shooting spells, where you just try and just annihilate everything by blowing it up and explosions and stuff. And that countered some decks that filled the board really well, like Zulok, but others, like Rush decks, it would just fail against horribly. And I don't like constantly modifying my deck just to beat the current decks that other players are usually playing. I like to just create the deck that I want to have and have fun with it, which means that I do run into situations like before where I'll just lose instantly to that, but Honestly, for me, that card seems a tad overpowered as well. One thing I really, really want to do is figure out a way to play mage and play the counter spell. So as soon as they play their quest, like even on the first turn, it just immediately gets countered and they don't get to do it. In fact, I bet some people would be sore enough losers that they just concede immediately if that happens. I kind of want to see that happen now. No, not kind of. I do want to see that happen. Just, I guess it kind of is a little mean-spirited, but I've been on the back end of that one, of that rogue, like the card that I've seen that rogue play so many times that I just want something back. Yeah, so this board I like quite a bit. You can interact with it quite a bit. Flip this book, right? You just keep flipping it. It's got endless pages. You can also mess around with the duck. Except for the broom. Oh boy. If only I had my explosive trap. Oh! Wish fulfilled! I love it when this happens. Every single one of their things is going to die except him. Unless they play a Murloc that increases the health. That would be really frustrating. I feel like I've jinxed myself now. Damn it! Why'd I do that? I had to have him. It'd be great if I didn't draw him. Okay, time to see if I get lucky. Kind of? I mean, worst one in this situation would have actually been Leoc, because at least with this it's got taunt. Then, with the other one, the War that has charge, I could have taken him out. Oh boy. Yeah, even though I've just conceded one match, I'm just gonna concede the next one because you can just really tell where this is going. I don't tend to deal with Murlocs that well. If anyone's suggesting why not make a Murloc deck yourself, well, I would, except, I haven't really, went and crafted enough Murlocs, and I tend to just save up all my dust for legendaries. So I'm gonna see what the Hunter quest is, because that might give me some kind of edge. I don't think I'm going to exactly do that just yet, because Queen whatever it is, I don't know what she actually does, so after I've finished uploading this, I'm going to go and look up what she actually does, because it says summon her, like Queen works Sarah, whatever it was, but I don't know what she does, so I don't want to waste all that, not really waste, but misuse all that dust to craft something which in the end I don't enjoy. I think you can understand that, since legendaries cost a whopping 1,600 dust, so I can only really craft one of them, so right now I need to get more dust to craft more. Well, this is a pretty good opening hand, except for that, I don't want that. Too high cost. Ooh, this is really, really good. Yeah, so what my plan is right now is play this, and if I get lucky and it buffs the parrot, play the coin and then play the parrot. Nope, it buffed the Kodo. Oh well. I'm not going to play him yet because Battlecry's adapt a friendly beast, so I want another beast on the field before I play him. Otherwise, he's not going to have his full worth. Oh. I'm not too thrilled about that. I mean, yes, it's a huge minion, but Core Hounds, in my opinion, generally aren't that good, because the 5 health means it can instantly be taken out by a fireball from a mage, for example, and it is the fireball costs less than that actually costs, so you would be losing out on mana, I guess. I think I'll choose living spores, even though the idea of a massive parrot is kind of hilarious. It would just give it taunt, and then the enemy can just still kill it quite quickly. But whereas with this, I get more minions on the field. Like even if they wipe out everything, like let's say they play an explosive trap and attack my face, and then I use the dino to kill the bear and then go for their face with the parrot, I still have 2 minions on the field afterwards. Oh yeah, like this. Now I still have 2 things in the field, even though they killed the dino. Okay, that was a little odd. They didn't go and just straight up attack me with the bear. Yeah, it was wide open. Yeah, so even though I'm not using this Kodo to its full effectiveness, which is stomp on a minion and kill it with 2 or less attack, I just want something kind of bigger out in the field because everything else I had except for this wouldn't kill the bear. And I've learned, when you have stuff like this, don't use it on a single bear. Wait until they play something much more powerful like a legendary or something. Like, when Archmage Antonidas pops up and lets the enemy only gets to use it once and spawns 1 fireball, yeah, he spawns fireballs, you'd want to use it on him. Or like this even, but if only I waited to play with Kodo. But in this case, I'm still not using him because, I mean, I don't know, I shouldn't know what I was saying. The reason why I'm not attacking here is because both seeds will die to the bear, and they still won't get past it. Like, I still won't kill it. I'll just be at a bigger disadvantage, at least I think I will. So I really enjoy the pace this enemy's going at. It kind of gets a little annoying. Not really annoying, but it's just, I love it when the enemies in this game play about as fast as I do, which is quite quickly. In fact, this is kind of a joke on this other game, Duelist I play. I named my account Does Turns Fast because I always do. I felt a little like I was betraying my own name at one point because I started really thinking about a turn and taking the longest you can. Yeah, I'd say this situation calls for the hounds. There's plenty of enemies on the field, so it'll be quite a bit of value. Aww, the sound the seeds make makes me not want to send them to their death. But I really should be doing that, because otherwise I'm just not getting any value out of them. I haven't used them so far. And Kodo to the face. I love the sound effects in this game, like how the people like cheer more and more in the background when you hit them with more and more powerful minions. And then when you get like King Crush, for example, and if you buff him, he just hits so hard. Ah, so the hunters marking my Kodo, eh? And then they're using their Kodo on the Tundra Rhino. I thought it was Kodo on Kodo action. Turn I play Hogger. Let the board be filled with his gnolls. You know, if they don't have anything to kill him with, I could just let him fill up this entire board, which I may do. Just Hogger and his army, which he pays in dumplings or something. I literally don't know how he actually gets gnolls to work for him, or how he actually got such tiny gnolls. Because in actual World of Warcraft, oh yes, I love it when that happens. Hogger's still alive, baby. As I was saying, in actual World of Warcraft, in the mission to take down Hogger, you attack him, and he has these tiny little gnolls on his side. I have no idea how he got them like that, because they don't seem to be kids either. They like attack and seem to. Like they seem to have like the mental capacity of most adult gnolls would have. Like most people, like I imagine kids would just, if it was a kid gnoll, it would just run away the second you ran in, just saying like mummy or something. But no, these are like just, I guess, midget gnolls he's got to work for him somehow. Oh, this card I was thinking of maybe actually putting in the deck since it's a beast, but it really, I tend to just not put it in the deck anymore because it really isn't that good. Like that much health, that much mana for that much health, I could just like kill it with the Core Hound right now, and it never even gets to use its Wind Fury. And right now, yeah, I could play King Crush and get them down to a really low health, but what I like to usually do is leave King Crush in my hand as kind of an emergency thing to deal with any situations. Like if the enemy plays another minion which is really strong, I can kill it with King Crush. Or even better, I can instantly, when on my turn, if I get them just a little lower health, and hit them with King Crush. Like now, if I played them the last turn, they could. Oh, they also have King Crush. Well, unfortunately for them, I have the solution. Now I'm just wondering what thing they attack. My guess is the bird, since it's the strongest. Yep, I was right. Also, I'm pretty sure I actually just won in the way I said. So, yeah. With just Hogger and this Houndmaster, I've got them down to enough health to kill them with my own King Crush. Yes, indeed. Well played. He was actually quite polite with that. Seemed to not take the loss too badly as well. I like that when the players are like that. The less scummy and mean, the better. And the best thing is, this is filling up Hunter Mastery. So, yeah, this is all gonna result in me just getting even more card packs, which is great. I'm pretty sure what I'm gonna try next is, creating some sort of, elemental deck with Shaman, because, Journey to Ungoro Crate is all about elementals as well. I just don't have that many elementals. May actually craft a few, because even though I said I was probably going to craft a legendary, just getting together a full working elemental deck does sound very fun. Then again, could also try a Time Warp deck. How that works is you have to play a bunch of cards as a mage that you didn't originally start with. So stuff like Kabbalist Tones, where they just give you additional spells, stuff like that. That's the way to do it. And then Time Warp lets you take a full extra turn. What people use that for a lot is like a 1-turn kill deck, or I guess in this case it'd be a 2-turn kill deck, since you immediately take a turn after you've taken a turn. They also tend to mix that with Freeze Mage. Like I've seen one very popular Hearthstone YouTuber, Trump, do that, where he just created a Freeze Mage deck, and then just stalled the game out for so long that why'd it have to be him? That's like one of the worst cards in the game, in my opinion. This would only be good if I had charge, otherwise it's going to destroy it with a hero power, and that's 2 mana's worth. Yeah, just like they did with that Macaw. Is it a Macaw? No, it's dead now. Yeah, then we just shoot them. So as I was saying, what his deck would do is just keep freezing all the enemy minions and then using ice blocks to make himself invulnerable. And then eventually he'd just get to the point where he played enough stuff in 1 turn with Time Warp that he would just win instantly. Yeah, so what I'm doing here is I'm waiting till I have enough mana to play him, the Twilight Drake, and the more cards you have in the hand, the more health he gets, like 1+ health for each card in your hand. So, yeah, that's why I'm waiting. More cards is better. And if that was a, duplicate where they got one of him as well at the same amount of health, I could just use a, Hunter's Mark, which I think would be, a good idea in this situation, on him and kill him. Oh, polymorph! That's actually quite good. I like it a lot when this happens, because if they polymorph this, then, oh, Ice Barrier. If that was a Vaporize, I'd be so happy. Just vaporizing a sheep. Well done. You've basically achieved nothing. Yeah, so as I was saying, I'm very happy when the enemy uses polymorph on a minion like that, because I have bigger, stronger minions in the deck, better ones. Like, you polymorph this and it's so much more value, because then it can't summon the hyenas when it dies. This is just some dragon that doesn't matter as much. Oh, this is also great, because now I can use the sheep to remove its shield. Oh yeah! In fact, the only thing that actually wouldn't have killed this instantly would have been the bear, and even that would have been good, because that would have rivaled it in defense. Yeah, it would have. In fact, it would have been better than this.
The gates are open.
Oh! This could solve my problem. Oh, I love when that happens. The instant perfect solution, just from basically pressing the random Kino pet button. It's actually this really clever and funny animation of Rexar versus Thrall that uses this basically kind of Kino machine to he basically presses a button and it's like a pet randomizer, and one which is like pop out like a Pokeball. It's quite funny. If you want to see that, just type down raunchy animation in YouTube search engine. It's WRONCHI. Now let's see what I can adapt. Ooh, oh, stealth. That is good. That's sneaky. Yeah, now he stays around and they have no way of just killing him. They have to target one of the other things with him. Again, I could use Hunter's Mark on it, but who knows what more powerful legendaries they have in the deck. That was unexpected. Oh, here's what I said. Using the polymorph in that so it can't summon its hyenas. Do I want a deadly shot? Nah. I think I'll just kill it with a sheep, since for some reason they decided not to use their hero power to kill it. And then next turn I can play the Ultrasaur. Kinda adorable looking. I just realized it's got a... Is that a mouse below its neck? No, it's not. Oh, I want that spell. Hopefully they don't polymorph this as well. This is quite odd series of events. Not really events, but just stuff they're playing. I didn't really expect them to not have a way to deal with that. And King Crush time. Normally I actually wouldn't leave this on the field if it was like a paladin I was versing or something, because they could just buff that up to ludicrous strength and kill one of my minions, but at this point mages don't usually have a lot of buff spells. That's a slight pity, but my Ultrasaur is still alive, so I don't mind that much. Even though this isn't really the best use of it, again, they don't really have any buff spells, so there's not really a way that it can get to a higher health.
Let the pain speak to me.
I think I may actually win this match just based on hero power alone. Well, not hero power alone. I have already like hit them in the face, obviously, but the hunter hero power is great for just steadily getting the enemy killed, like finishing them off. Oh, that's kind of smart. Now I can't buff it. That's the card I was talking about before, Kabbalah's Tome. It makes 3 random mage cards to your hand, so that will gain you like enough things to activate your quest, which is the to get the time warp. Oh, this is perfect. I mean, I would play him, but I'd rather the enemy have actually something on the field that I could stomp with it, so I just play this boar and... Yes! Oh, this is perfect. Now I can buff my boar and kill their boar with my Acolyte of Pain. I love when this happens. Like, they copied my shittiest card, which wasn't even one I put in the deck in the first place. Dust Boar's not so crap now, but still kind of crap. I'd much rather do something like put an Arcane Alchemist on him and swap his attack and health. I tend to like minions with higher health compared to high attack. Bugger! I would have been one step closer to winning if he stayed in the field. Ooh. Ah, I wonder what this is then. Either this, I'm guessing this is either duplicate, which is when one of their beings dies, they gain 2 of it, which probably actually is not the case since there's nothing else in the field. Or it's ice block, meaning that next turn they'll just turn invulnerable and have to wait another turn before killing them. The best thing is since this gives your minions, it would have given my minions charge if they didn't just kill it right then.
Well played.
Oh, this is perfect. I don't even have to use this deadly shot on it. I can just stomp their mana worm with my Kodo before it even gets to gain attack. And that thing gains attack when they play spells. What? What was this secret then? Was it duplicate? Yeah, even though I said that this would be the finale of it, I really would like to create some more ungoro themed decks, and I'll probably do that off camera, because even though the deck creation process this time was kind of nice and easygoing and not that slow, I don't want to completely bore all of you just creating a deck each time. So yeah, off camera I'll create a few different decks, and then in part 2 of the finale, or maybe even part 3 as well, if I tend to take that long, I'll go and use those decks. So for now, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and if you have, hope you stick around for the next time for some more decks, which probably will include something got to do with Time Warp and a Mage, although not Freeze Mage, since that's already been done. I want to make something unique and probably awful, but still fun. Anyway, bye!